Hey, what's up guys? Today we're gonna compare my new iPhone 15 Pro to our cinema camera, the Red Komodo 6K. Will we see a difference?
Fight.
So I recently upgraded my iPhone 13 Pro to a 15 Pro. There's a few different reasons why I did that. The main one is the Type-C port. Granted, it's not a lot different between those two phones, especially for the average phone user, but for filmmakers and content creators, the new Type-C port is a big change, because now we can take full advantage of shooting ProRes on the iPhone. I thought the same thing when I got the iPhone 13 Pro, but quickly was disappointed once I realized how long it takes to transfer those huge files using the Lightning port. So in the end, we just ended up not using the ProRes on the iPhone 13 Pro that much. But that all changed when we got the 15 Pro. It's crazy that it took this long, but now with the new Type-C port, we get up to 10 gigabit transfer speed, which is insane. We don't really have an SSD that fast, but we did do some tests with a Samsung T7 that has up to 1000 megabit speed, and we got around 800 megabits with an Anchor USB cable. We'll link it in the description if you are interested in it. And that speed is insane because it can transfer a 4 gigabyte ProRes file in less than 10 seconds. And you can also now record directly from the phone into SSD if it's connected while you're using the Blackmagic app or the stock camera app. So now this gives us the ability to fully take advantage of ProRes for the iPhone, but not just ProRes, Apple Log, which is the next main reason why I wanted to upgrade to the iPhone 15 Pro. Apple Log is a new color profile introduced for the iPhone that preserves a lot more details in the image and lets you color and tweak a lot more of the footage yourself, rather than letting the computational photography of the iPhone do it for you, which it's still top notch, but it doesn't always get it right. That's where Apple Log is a big game changer for people who want to have the ability to color it themselves. And because ProRes Log levels up the quality of the image and lets you do a lot more in post, we wanted to do a comparison between the iPhone 15 Pro and our main camera, the Red Komodo 6K. So we wanted to see how the iPhone 15 Pro stacks up to this camera. Will we be able to tell a difference? Probably, maybe not, probably. So we're gonna be doing a variety of scenarios. We're gonna do indoor, outdoor, and we're gonna do a lit scene and see what kind of results we get. The way we're gonna be getting these shots for this comparison, we'll be using the new Blackmagic app for the iPhone. So let's go to our producer Dan, who's on set right now, to go over the lit scene.
All right guys, so we are on set on one of our CTV ads, and we're gonna compare our main camera, the Red Komodo, with our iPhone 15 Pro. Now, we're not gonna get the exact framing since the sensor size is a little different, but we're shooting on a 32mm prime lens on a Super 35 sensor. The Komodo crop, I believe, is like 1.4, and the iPhone 15 Pro sensor is a little smaller. But I think we're gonna be able to match it. Let's see the difference.
Boom, we're back. We're here. We're here. So we're gonna go over some of the shots we got. I think we'll start with this on set. We were on set shooting an ad, and then we set up the iPhone to be attached to the Red Komodo. The framing is definitely a little bit off. We try to keep it in the main lens, the 24mm. That's the best one. So the framing is a little off, but you know. What do you think? Which one's the iPhone? Can you tell?
Yeah, I mean, I can tell, yes.
I took a bit of time to color and use a lot. I could have definitely taken more time to fine tune it, but color-wise, it's similar to an extent. Obviously, the skin is the main thing that I noticed, that the red just does a lot better.
Honestly, it's like the detail in her hair.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. There's a lot more separation, and just overall, like the roll off between the backlight and her hair is really noticeable.
Yeah, you can see around, like, kind of like what the windows are. Like, they're obviously both blown out, but like one is like softer, like the edge than the other.
Roll off,
yeah, the roll off.
It's definitely a smoother roll off, and then like the skin tones are very like I guess like the best way to explain it, I would say, is like it's almost like Apple. It's adding this like some sort of overall natural like noise reduction. So like there's just not a lot of detail in your skin. Like And you really notice this when you do any type of like resolution adjustments. If we scaled this image in for a, like let's say we're doing a vertical output, I think we would really notice a difference.
Like it's still a good shot. It can definitely be tweaked a little bit, but it definitely, you can easily tell the difference of which one is the.
Yeah, but this is an example of like when it should definitely be dramatic of
Yeah.
a difference.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see this
Yeah,
dolly shot.
we have a dolly shot here.
Okay, nice.
Like, I think I like this shot a bit more, but still, like, it's definitely that skin tone. Like, you can just, it's just so much more details. Here, it just looks more like blended, like, oh, and like one gradient. Here, like, actually, like, looks a lot better.
There is an optical difference, you know, and sensor size. So the sensor size really comes into play here where you see there's no separation. And when you have a smaller sensor, the depth of field is a lot more challenging to get. And then, you know, optically, like we're using really nice cinema lenses here. But, you know, at the same time, like this iPhone didn't need to pull focus on this shot.
That is true.
It tracked the faces. We had to have a focus puller on this shot, marking it. But I mean, overall, I think once again, it's the skin tone, like you said, and it's like muddy, like the way it
Muddy,
blurs the, it blurs the skin, it like blends it together.
Yeah.
And it reminds me, this is actually really funny, it reminds me of the C200 8-bit.
Really?
The way I used to feel about the C200's 8-bit, I always use the term muddy.
Especially here. This is, I try to tweak this shot a bit more, but
Yeah.
definitely not much saving it.
I think it looks better than it did. Another thing is like, look at the moire on his shirt, which
That
is
is
interesting because we actually, I know we like specifically had him change shirts for the moire, and then it's still registering it on this. It does seem like the iPhone is really sensitive to it. But I will say that like if you compare this to like adding the Rec 709 LUT that Apple gives you for the iPhone 15, I mean it's dramatically better than that LUT.
Yeah, I mean, I still used the LUT. I just took more time to tweak it because the LUT is like a bit too strong, which I think is a big reason why we want to do LUT, so you don't have to deal with like the stock color competition photography and all that. So, but like I definitely had to like pull back on the LUT because it was a bit too intense.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the LUT is good at like 30%.
Yeah.
Which is strange to me still. I still wonder if you guys know on your end, you know, what we could be doing to make this comparison work better with the actual Rec 709 conversion LUT that Apple provides, let us know.
Now we're going to the outdoor scenario. So this one, obviously, I think did the best. It looks the best color-wise and the skin tones and everything, but the main thing is there's no like depth of field with the 24mm lens. You can tell the difference right away between the Red and the iPhone. You can see that even though it's a wide shot for the Red, there's still some depth of field in the background, just blurred, and the highlight roll-off is a lot nicer. It's definitely, you can tell like the highlight like edges clipping on the iPhone is like back there.
Yeah. Did you even adjust the Red or no?
Not really. It was mostly just a lot stuck. I adjusted the iPhone to like match more of the Red, like just color correction.
Yeah, so like in this situation, like I think I would have like possibly done some like minor adjustments to the Komodo to pop a little bit more, but off the bat, it's a really neutral image. The exposure is pretty good. You can really see the difference too in the saturation. Like look at the greens in the monkey grass, which is right in front of the Japanese maple. Like you can just see it on the iPhone. There's just more saturation, and to my eye, at least in the greens, it's just naturally a more saturated image.
But I think this is my favorite so far, which I mean, again, it's an easy shot to not get wrong when it's all like evenly lit, because I think this was overcast as well, so it was just very evenly lit. Here again, I like both shots. Obviously, right away, the iPhone is the skin just looks a little more muddy than the Red Komodo. It's just losing a little of those details. Plus, for some reason, it just made my cheeks like extra red. It added like a lot more red, but that could also be the light. I tried to tone it down a little bit, but it still was there. But
I like the way the Komodo is handling the brick spill on the light.
Yeah.
I think it just kind of feels a little bit more natural, a little less dramatic. Also, I noticed the roll-off on that backlight on the left side It's more subtle.
Oh yeah.
I think it's good. I'm really impressed. I just find it more as like a pocket camera that I would use for like quick B-roll. But like maybe if I was by myself and I only had 2 cameras, sure. But if we were like together, then no, I would definitely not use it as a B. I would put the, I would use a Blackmagic as a B, and then I would use the iPhone as a C, and I would, you know, that would be my workflow personally. And then I also like, I know you can rig this camera, this phone. I just don't find that attractive. I just like that defeats the purpose.
Maybe that could be the next video and see. Because I'm interested in seeing like how if the ND, I think the ND would make a difference because I mean trying to shoot outside, like I just had to like boost it like crazy.
I could see the ND, but like the cage, and that starts like losing the appeal to me. I like I like the simplicity of it. I like the versatility. I like keeping it in your pocket.
But yeah, those are our first thoughts comparing the Red Komodo with the iPhone 15 Pro. So, final thoughts. Will this replace our cinema camera? Definitely not. Is it a great tool to add to our arsenal? Yes. The main use case I see this for our professional shoots is if, for example, if we want to get a specific point of view that it's hard to fit a fully like rigged out camera. I think this will be great for that because it has great image quality. With a log, it'll be a lot easier to try to get it close to the image of, for example, a red. We shot an ad that we used my iPhone 13 Pro to get the POV of a dog eating off a clear bowl, and the phone was under the bowl. That would have been a lot harder to get with like a full rigged out camera, but with this, it worked out great. And it was a professional ad that was run nationally. So it's definitely getting there. Like it's crazy how these phones are, especially the iPhone, is getting there in like image quality. They keep like improving the software, they keep improving the hardware little by little, and now with log, it really like levels it up, and you can get a lot of use from this, especially for beginner content creators, filmmakers on the go. Like they need to get a quick shot, like either in a location that is harder to get permits with the camera, maybe like just with the phone you can get the shot a lot easier. It has a lot of value to add to your camera equipment for certain specific projects. So now that you've seen the comparison, what are your thoughts? Let us know what you think down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.